So there's some barbed wire on, right above the top pointy parts of the gate, but then he also put 2 to 4 fishing bells. If you've gone fishing, you know, or you know some of the fishes, the kind you put on your pole. So when the fish start biting, you can know, because then it'll jingle, jingle, jingle. He put a bunch of those, so on top of the barbed wire, so in case someone did try to go either way through the gate, even though they might not fit, he just did it in case they randomly could and they didn't see it. It would detour them because how loud it is. Okay, don't want to go left. I thought I was lost. Kind of lost, but I know the street. I'm trying to get to where the Zodiac did his first attacks, but I didn't want to go. The other way may have been easier, but it was more hilly. The way I took, I think it was slightly less hilly, but I may have needed to take a different route. May not have been either route, or it may have been the way I didn't want to go. So I might not go there, because I've never gone up there, and I think it might be a lot of hills, which is fine, but I still have to go home. I'm not even that far away from home, it's just going up all the hills, the altitude, the elevation, and going here, going there, random routes, changes the course versus my normal straightaways with a few inclines and descents sprinkled in. Okay, so I know the street I'm on, and a few over here. I'm just I just really did a huge loop on accident. I guess I'll just do it tomorrow instead, because now I'm thinking about it in my head. I'd be going up the hill I was just on, if I'm correct in my estimation. Okay, so I guess I should have turned right. I know the street. I've only gone on it a few times on bike. Or maybe I should turn left there. Let's see. It's a quartz. Maybe. Saw a funny post before I left the house this morning. Oh, did I mention that I don't think I mentioned, I went on a tangent. That story I said about me waking up between 2 and 2:30. I haven't gone to sleep since then, so I'm kind of out of it, but not really. Like I want to be, but I went to sleep between 10 and 11:30, and I woke up between 2 and 2:30, thinking someone was in the backyard. And then since I sprung up, I wasn't really that tired after investigating to see that I didn't find anyone, at least when I looked. But then like an hour later, sometime between 3 and 3:30, I was glad I was awake, because all of a sudden, after I heard my dad, since it was so late, I knew when he got out of the bathroom, and then a few seconds later, I hear a huge thud come from his room. So I go and look, and he's face down on the ground. So at least I was up to help him get up. But it was also annoying because, again, more annoying than 3 weeks ago when he fell. That time, it was at like 10 p.m., something like that, after he got back from hanging out with a friend. And my mom was awake, but since this was at 3 in the morning and she was in a sound asleep, I couldn't have her hold the dog like that time, so she would not shut up. It was so annoying. Felt bad for our neighbor next door because he's a couple years older than my parents. He's in like his 70s, I think, maybe 80s. I don't know how old he actually is. So I was hoping to wake him up because she wouldn't stop, which made me helping him be prolonged because she kept, not only was she barking, she would come up every few seconds out from under the bed and start nipping at me, which it's not as scared me, it's just the room is so small and we're all so close together that I had to like wait in between every time, just because I didn't want her to, if she did, even though she's a multi-poo, she actually has teeth for a smaller dog, so I didn't want her to bite me while I was holding him and then like me fall on him type situation. So that was a mess. It ended up working out. I just had to figure out how to get him on, so he was on his knees in between her trying to bite me. If she would have just been barking, it would have been fine, but since she thought I was attacking. Every time he falls, she thinks I'm attacking him. She doesn't know how to react, which is fine that she's protecting him, but it's also awkward at the same time if I don't have my mom to grab her, because as I said, I don't care if she barks at me. I'm not afraid of her. It's just having to try to pick him up and then wonder if I'm gonna get bit or not makes something that's not that difficult kind of difficult, you know? Because it's not that hard to get. I found out the easiest way, if he's fully on the ground, on the side, on the back, face down, to pick him up. It's just, if I hover over him and do a deadlift, it's the easiest way, because then I can just control him until I get him on his knees and get him on the bed, or either pick him up all the way or just help him get to his knees. It's just when he falls completely, that's the problem.